Inside Judge Raquel West's courtroom, patience runs thin, and the truth is the only currency that counts. The first defendant of the day, Jamarcus Rat Jones, walks in already drowning in probation violations and a long history of bad behavior. Instead of humility, he brings attitude. But Judge West sees straight through it. When arrogance meets accountability, things turn fast. Lies, misconduct, and reckless choices don't stand a chance in front of a judge who's heard it all and isn't afraid to call it out. Let's get into it.
Are you Jamarcus Rat Jones? Did you get someone hired?
I talked to 3 lawyers.
Okay.
Lori Parenzo,
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so where are you on being able to get someone hired? Pull your pants up. Just wearing a belt doesn't do it. Pull them all the way up so that I can't see your underwear sticking out the front. And nobody wants to see it sticking out the back. You understand? Okay. So where are you on being able to get someone hired? Are you working? Why aren't you working? Okay. Were you working before? How old are you? Okay. So you're on, have you been going to probation like you're supposed to? So where do you live? Who pays your bills? Okay. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to make you aware, the charges haven't been filed yet. We sent over a hearing last week to second amendment because he was arrested again here in Jefferson County. So he has 2 more charges that should be filed.
What'd you get arrested for?
Just being with the wrong crowd.
Sounds like you are the wrong crowd. You're not? You're on probation for theft of a firearm and you've been arrested twice now? Since this, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Well, he was arrested in March, but he was also arrested June the 18th for possession of marijuana and unlawful carrying.
Have a seat in the jury box. We're going to have you tested and then I'm going to decide what to do. Mr. Jones, yes, sir. So you only tested positive for amphetamines, and it looks like you have a prescription, but I want to go through real quick. Hold on. Let me read this police report real quick about your last arrest. All right, so Mr. Jones, obviously, hold on a second. You're on probation for theft of a firearm. You've been arrested, just last week, week before last, and were able, I guess, did you make a bond in the new case? Because you're on probation for the felony offense of theft of a firearm, and because you were arrested in a vehicle that looks like, allegedly, obviously you've not been charged with it, but there was marijuana in the car near the seat where you were sitting. It smelled like y'all had been smoking marijuana, and there was a gun in the glove box where you were sitting. So I'm going to find that the bond that I set in the motion to revoke your probation case is not in the best interest of our community. I'm going to find that because you've been arrested while you were on that bond, that it is appropriate for me to raise that bond. At this time, I'm raising your bond to $200,000. You can go back with the bailiff. Hand it to the bailiff.
I'm trying.
You gotta try harder than being in a car with a gun and marijuana while you're on probation. You've got a motion to revoke your probation. Go with the bailiff. We'll figure it out. We'll get you a lawyer appointed and we'll figure it out. Previously in court, in cause number 242309, entered a plea of guilty to the third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have none.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Just an update, Judge. Page 3 shows that Mr. Stone unemployed. He's been working for about 3 weeks at Post Subcontractors. He's a foreman out there, making about $21 an hour.
So I know y'all know what my concern is here, that there were 2 felony probations just in the last 5 years that were revoked in the last 3 years. 2 different probations, one here and one in Brazoria County. So I don't have good warm fuzzies about you being successful on another probation. Mm-hmm.
That was a whole another life ago. I've corrected my life. I've been sober for 3 years now. I've been focusing on nothing but working. This evading arrest was actually a discrepancy that I didn't pull over fast enough with the officer, and I haven't been living that way over 3 years now. So if you give me a chance, I'll show you that I can do it.
Okay. Mr. Smith, any reasons not to go forward then? All right, so I'm going to give you this opportunity. I do hope you take advantage of it and that you really have made those changes. I'm going to find sufficient evidence.
By now, the pattern is clear. Defendants step up with stories they think might slide, but every claim gets tested, every excuse dismantled. Judge West runs her courtroom with control and purpose, reminding each person that probation is a privilege, not a loophole. This isn't about sympathy, it's about proof. Can they show they've learned anything, or have they finally run out of chances?
And at this time find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a motor vehicle. Sentence you in accordance with the agreement you made to a term of 10 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but I'm suspending that. You'll be placed on probation for 6 years. You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then as you know, for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over. You'll be able to serve that sentence while you're out on probation. The other side, however, in this case, is you've already agreed to a 10-year sentence. So if you violate your probation, you have that 10-year sentence hanging over your head. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. You've probably already received that, but I'm required to read it. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas. And it's my understanding they're take him down there, and something's going to happen on that misdemeanor this morning.
We're going to dismiss it, Judge. So
Okay.
I can walk down and see if I can find which one.
I think it's county court 3.
I can walk down.
Okay. Okay, so if we can just hold him, if you'll come back and let us know as soon as that's signed, so you don't have to get transported or anything like that. Okay, yes, sir. And Carnell Beard, all right, let's go back on the record. Mr. Savoy, you all right? Okay, come on up. This is 23-2038. Okay, so Mr. Savoy, I've been talking with your attorney, and she's talking with your grandma, and I'm reading over all the stuff. And so, obviously, what I'd like to do is send you. You okay? You need to sit down again for a minute? All right. If you start feeling bad, just head that way, okay? All right. The fact that you are using marijuana while you're out waiting on sentencing on a felony, obviously, is not what you should be doing, right? And that makes me believe you just like it's important to me. So probation will tell you need to get that program started within probably 45 days or so. You need to start taking the classes, taking the test. It's only going to help you be more successful so that you can kind of break this cycle. I know you have your grandma. I know your history because I'm reading here with regard to your parents, and you want to do something different, right? So that's what we want you to do while you're on probation, is give you the tools to head your life in a whole different way. And getting your GED is going to help you get a better job and be able to do that. Okay, so that is part of your probation. All right. If you do everything you're supposed to on this probation, this is a great opportunity because you are not a convicted felon. So you can still get better jobs, you can still live places and go places, vote, all those things that everybody else can do. If you do violate your probation, you don't follow the rules, you're going to be back in here. You could become a convicted felon, and you could go to prison for anywhere up to 10 years. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation, this lady right here is going to call you up at her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, take advantage of this opportunity so that you can be out there and help your grandma. Otherwise, you're not going to.
What a day inside Judge Raquel West's courtroom. It started with Jamarcus Rat Jones, young, defiant, and convinced he could talk his way out of trouble. But instead of honest answers, he offered contradictions and excuses. His casual attitude towards serious charges sealed his fate. Judge West didn't hold back, reminding him that you can't ask for leniency when you can't even tell the truth. That moment set the tone for everything that followed. Next came Mr. Smith, facing multiple counts of evading arrest, both on foot and behind the wheel. Reckless doesn't even begin to cover it. The court revisited his record, his probation status, and the danger he posed not just to himself, but to the public. Judge West reminded him that a suspended 10-year sentence was hanging over his head, and one more mistake could turn that into a reality. His hearing was a wake-up call on just how thin the line between freedom and prison really is. Then came Colonel Beard and Mr. Savoy, cases wrapped up in substance abuse, broken probation, and excuses built on personal hardship. Judge West listened but didn't let emotion cloud accountability. She pointed out every missed opportunity, every poor choice, and drove home a simple truth. No matter what's going on in your life, respect for the law comes first. Throughout the entire session, one theme stood out. Judge Raquel West demands truth and responsibility. Arrogance, dishonesty, and entitlement get shut down instantly. But when someone shows genuine accountability, she's willing to balance justice with mercy. That's what makes her courtroom so compelling. It's not just about charges and sentences, it's about character. Each case today showed what happens when excuses run out and choices catch up. Some defendants thought they could out-talk the system. Others learned that probation isn't a free pass. But by the end, everyone understood the same message. Freedom has limits, and respect for the law isn't optional. So tell me, what moment hit you hardest? Was it Jones's reckless attitude, Smith's close call with a decade-long sentence, or the way Judge West dismantled every excuse that crossed her bench? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we've got more real courtroom moments coming your way. Each one reveals what happens when justice, truth, and personal choices collide. Until next time, remember, in Judge Raquel West's courtroom, the truth always rises, and only those who respect it walk out with another chance.